Hello, Nash FM.
Hey, honey, it's Garth. How are you?
Is this the Mr. Garth Brooks?
Yes, ma'am. This is Miss Jules.
Yes!
How are you doing, honey?
I am doing so well. How are you doing?
I am good.
Garth, I am one of your biggest fans, and unfortunately, I have never seen you in concert. Every time I tend to go to a new city, I always miss you. And I always hear how great you are, how great the show is. And so one of the biggest things that people have been asking me, when I told everyone I'm interviewing Garth Brooks, what do you want to ask him? Their first question is, why is it taking him 19 years to get back here to Bossier City?
Well, let me answer the first question. Why you've never seen us as you weren't born yet.
No.
Last time we were touring. And then the last 19 years, thank God and the people, they allowed me to go home and raise our babies. And that's what I've been doing just every day of their life. And I'm sure they didn't enjoy it as much as I did, but had a great time. And then for the people to allow us in the industry to allow us to come back and start touring again, that was pretty cool. So now my babies are all in college, their own life, doing their thing. You're getting to travel the world with the love of your life and your best friend, playing music, and I don't know how it gets better than this.
I'm telling you. Did you make a deal with the devil?
I got to tell you, if I do, there's going to be hell to pay. Trust me, because this is a lot of fun right here.
Well, Mr. Garth Brooks, we cannot wait to see you. You're coming to town Saturday, July 30th. Those tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And, I know you've been you were in New Orleans last year. You were in Dallas earlier this year. And
Yeah.
a lot of our listeners have gone to New Orleans to see you, went to Dallas to see you there, and they're going to come to Bossier City to see you here. What are you doing different this time around in Bossier City?
Well, the thing with this trip is it's also where you're at. So let's talk about Dallas. And Dallas is different from New Orleans, as New Orleans is different from Dallas. But come on, Bossier City, that whole area around there, that's its own place. This is going to be stupid nuts. It'll be fun. This will probably be the only stop on the planet where Friends in Low Places will not be the biggest song in the evening for us. And man, when you're rolling into that place knowing that, it's like you're rolling in with an entire army, and it's going to be stupid fun. This is something that we've all kind of looked forward to for the fact of getting here, because this place can compete with the biggest cities on the planet, but it's got its own personality and its own attitude. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. A lot of other George Strait kicked off his tour here, his last tour. Also, Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, they like to kick off their tours here. And so we are just so thrilled. Mr. Garth Brooks, you and your wife, Miss Yearwood, are going to be in Bossier City Saturday, July 30th. How is your wife doing?
She's doing great. She's, when the last time I worked for a living, I was 23. I was roofing houses, and I haven't worked since then. But there are hours that you put in this business, and I've never seen anybody put in as many hours as she does. Because she'll do the world tour out there, then we'll come home Sunday night, 4 a.m, and she'll be gone by 8 a.m. filming cooking shows or doing something with a furniture line or cookbooks, and she is busy. And then throw the career in on. I mean, last time we saw her on TV was there, with a passion down in New Orleans as well. So I thought she did a phenomenal job on that, and that took about 4 months of her life, recording it and then rehearsing for it and stuff. So she is a busy, busy human being.
It sounds like it. So, Mr. Garth Brooks, of course, this weekend, Father's Day on Sunday. Any big plans?
Well, I'm going to be playing music, which is sweet. My girls all have different things to do there, so we're going to do Father's Day on another day. But my whole thing for Father's Day is if I can just have my girls around the table for 20 minutes, as your children get older, getting them in one spot all at the same time is the trick, and that's what I want for my Father's Day.
It's going to be great. Mr. Garth Brooks on the phone with us, Nash FM 1011 KRMD. Mr. Brooks, can you hang on real quick for me? I need to pay some bills. We'll be right back with Garth Brooks. Nash FM 1011 KRMD. Garth Brooks is on the phone with me. I'm so excited. Garth Brooks is on the phone with me. I am so excited. And I put this up on our Nash FM Facebook page, and I also put it up on my personal Facebook page, because when I interview people or talent as big as you, I tend to just be like, I mean, how is it being married to Trisha Yearwood? I mean, it's not great. So I've got a lot of listeners who have a lot of questions. So I'm going to start with Melissa Lord. She had a question. After all your years of touring, do you still get nervous before a show?
Oh, all the time. And you can tell Melissa that I think that nervous is the fun part of it because, everyone has their nightmares, whatever job they're doing, where their machines aren't working or people aren't showing up. In ours, none of the guitars work, none of the amps work, people are walking out, and you have those nightmares of that stuff. And then when you get out there and you realize, it's as warm as bath water, and everyone's pulling for you, and they're all singing along. It's the greatest thing, but getting over that hump is kind of the fun part of it. So you'll see, the quicker you can turn this from a concert into a party, then the more fun you'll see me having for sure.
All right, and this one comes from Christian Mize. Christian says, what is the most embarrassing moment you've had on stage? Because we've heard like Jake Owen has split his pants, had to go off stage. Most embarrassing moment on stage is what Christian asks.
Wow, that's it's tough one, Christian. I don't know if you've seen the show, but in the last song of the show, usually the floor moves at a very rapid pace. The whole downstage kind of moves, and if you don't hit it just right, you're going to end up on your head, on your butt, out in the audience, whatever you're going to do. And I think a couple times that way, and it happens so quick. Yeah. And you jump up so quick, but you're a little embarrassed. Sure. And but the show must go on, and you keep going. So that's kind of been the thing so far. You can hack up songs all night long, but they don't care. They just want to sing with you and have fun. But when you end up upside down, sometimes they get you.
I gotcha. Mandy Lynn asks, if you can open up for anyone, dead or living, who would it be?
Well, if it's somebody that's passed, and a singer, one of the greatest singers ever that you do not know about is my mama. I'd put her in the top 5 female vocalists of the planet. She was on Capitol Records. Phenomenal. If it's somebody living, my top 3 would be George Strait, George Strait, and George Strait.
I'm getting that you would like to open for George Strait.
I love George Strait, yes. Him, Chris Ledoux, those guys, Keith Whitley, Jones, Haggard, those guys I'd love to. I'd love to see Randy Travis, have this wonderful come back and do his thing. And just, I love the old guard. These guys, were my heroes.
Got another question, and it was, there was talk of a duets album with Trisha and then heard nothing else. Is that still in the works, or?
Yeah, it happens this Christmas. We're gonna release our first duets record as a Christmas record. And it's pretty fun. Getting to work with her in the studio 24/7 was actually a huge surprise because you start to realize, holy cow, this little gal works. And she puts a lot of passion and a lot of thought into her stuff in the studio. So it was pretty cool. We'd go to work every day and come home together every day and then go out on tour together. So it was my favorite part, just how much time we got to spend together. And then, of course, any time to sing with her. But it's a cool one. It's supposed to come out, hopefully, like this October.
Excellent. And speaking of Miss Yearwood, I love watching her show, Trisha's Southern Kitchen. And I loved when she had all of her friends come in and they went and did the photo booth and they pulled out the 70s clothing and all that stuff. And she is an awesome cook. What is the best thing that she cooks for you?
First, man, the thing I think that kind of sets her apart is just how much she doesn't think she's a chef, how much she just loves to cook. It's kind of like therapy for her. Yeah. So there's a lot of love in her meals. Mashed potatoes always is a thing, and she like makes them in like you blink and they're done, and you go, wow, how'd you do that? And you go, they're really simple and fantastic. But she can do the same thing with sweet potato burgers. She's just, you name it, roast beef, rice, and gravy. She does chicken pot pie. Her soups are fantastic. She's the bomb. And, her mom was a baker. Yeah. So, you don't talk about that much with Miss Yearwood, but she bakes unbelievably as well.
I want to come to dinner because I think your wife and I, we would have
you are
so
more
much
than welcome.
Fun. I would just be, it would be so much fun. And before we let you go, because I know your time, I'm cutting into your time. One more thing this is from Julie K. She's a DJ at Nash FM in Bossier City. She's wondering if she can be one of your backup singers.
Of course. You tell her we'll put her to work.
Hang on. Let me just audition for you real quick. In the Thunder Road. So, pretty good, right?
You are going to be perfect. By the time they hear you, you'll be flawless. Trust me.
Awesome. Mr. Garth Brooks, I really appreciate your time. Cannot wait to see you when you're in town Saturday, July 30th. Gonna be an epic show. Those tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Again, Mr.